Hey guys, that's not very enthusiastic, isn't it? Welcome to another podcast. Look, today we're going to be talking about the Batman VHS. I decided that from now on we're just going to talk. We're just going to talk about the VHS tapes. Like how we did the DVDs for Finding Nemo and for this two to be exact. We didn't do this one yet. We probably never will. Because I don't want to talk about the whole movie again. And so like obviously the very first thing we did with this was on the LM. Now it's Tim Burton's Batman, and maybe I should send Duke the opening and closing. I forgot.
I've heard of Batman, but never really got around to the movie that much. But it's interesting how we have Michael Keaton as Batman, and then we have Jack Nicholson from those who may know him at the in the iconic role of The Shining. Oh goodness gracious!
Oh boy, here's Johnny. Well then, I'm going to tell you which wiki you can read the thing. We can read the plot on. Batman 1989. Batman wiki. Okay, yeah, you can do that. Duel the Freaks. Okay. Well, let's I guess we can hold on. Wait, did I send you the No, I didn't. Hold on. Okay, there it is. And might as well also send you the link to the Batman wiki. Why not? The Switch tour once it gets the opening logo on the video. Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. I literally forgot to send Duke some stuffs. Yeah.
All right, so the Batman VHS. Let's take a look at the opening previews. The first thing we get is a Diet Coke promo. And it's Batman related.
Yeah.
That's an interesting looking promo, even though I do like Coke myself. We have Warner Bros. Catalog promo featuring Daffy Duck. He's basically giving us the list of what things we have for the movie for us movie watchers. And then Bugs Bunny decided to join in. And there's a lot of promo stuff here. Neckties. The artist literally drew ties to tie Bugs Bunny up, but they're like, oops, wrong tie.
Give him that SpongeBob tie.
And before Daffy Duck got erased, the last thing we get is this infamous, "You're despicable." And that's the only previews we get. All we get is just the FBI warning screen and the opening Warner home video in 3-dimensional.
Which is terrifying.
And then we get the actual movie to begin. Well, at least it wasn't like the 1996 VHS of The Wizard of Oz, where after we get like the MGM UA Family Treasures trailer, we get THX like way before Wizard of Oz even began.
Oh gosh.
Well, what do you think we were seeing? Men in Black?
Anyway.
Now that the movie is, well, after the previews, we have, let's take a look at what the movie Batman is about. Approaching its 200th anniversary, Gotham City's leaders fear that the high level of criminal activity will deter citizens from attending the celebrations. Gotham's Mayor Borg orders District Attorney Harvey Dent to make the city safe again in hopes of relativizing local business. Dent, in turn, targets mob boss Carl Grissom, who sponsors much of the criminal activity within Gotham and has paid off a significant segment of the police force. Meanwhile, our dark vigilante, dressed as a bat, has attracted the attention of both the police and the local media. Newspaper reporter Alexander Knox is attempting to investigate, but his questions are deflected by skeptical cops, including Lieutenant Max Eckhart. That's an interesting looking last name. One of many officers on the take from Grissom. After stonewalling Knox, Eckhart is shown taking a payoff from Grissom's second in command, Jack Napier. Okay. Grissom, on discovering that his mistress, why did I say mattress? Why did I say mattress? I can't even say correctly. His mistress is involved with Napier, sets him up to be killed by Eckhart in a raid on Axis Chemicals. The plot was foiled by the arrival of Commissioner Gordon, who wants Napier taken alive, and Batman, who, the man in black himself, captures Napier, but releases him when Bob holds Gordon hostage at gunpoint. Batman vanishes, and in the confusion, Napier shoots and kills Eckhart, then attempts to shoot a re-emerged Batman. The latter deflects his shot, sending Sharpnel into the former's face. Napier falls over a railing into a vat of toxic chemicals. Although surrounded by the police, Batman escapes the scene. Batman, as we discover, is actually billionaire industrialist Bruce Wayne, an orphan who lives alone in a large mansion, Wayne Manor, with only his butler, Alfred, in attendance. At a fundraising party, Bruce meets and falls for famous photojournalist Vicky Vale, recently arrived in town to cover the Batman phenomenon. In the meantime, Napier was actually not dead, but horribly disfigured, with chalk white skin, emerald green hair, and a permanent ruby red grin after a botched reconstructive surgery attempt. Oh, geez. Already erratic, the trauma has apparently driven him completely insane, calling himself the Joker. He kills Grissom and usurps his criminal empire, killing off two of the latter's loyal partners in the process. His first scheme is to spread terror in the city by creating hygiene products that can kill by fatal hilarity when used in certain combinations, laced with a deadly chemical known as Milex. Following the death of a news anchor on air, the city becomes paralyzed with fear, making war on several fronts. The Joker then sets a trap at the Fungoham Museum for Vicky, with whom he has become smitten. His fellows start to slash and deface the entire legacy of Western art. But as one of them approaches to Francis Bacon's figure with meat, the Joker stops him saying, "I kind of like this one." The Joker then tries to disfigure our damsel in distress like he did to Alicia, with the help of his quote-unquote very special flower, only to have Vicky douse him with water. At this point, Batman descends in a shower of glass via the window ceiling and saves Vicky, to whom he then gives the secret of the Joker's chemical combinations. Batman renders her unconscious, and she awakes at home. Incensed at Batman eluding him while taking Veil and ruining his poisoning scheme, the Joker vows to eliminate the mysterious Vigilante for interfering with his plans. Vicky's apartment is then the scene of a confrontation between the Joker, who has come to woo her after his former mistress, Alicia, committed suicide.
Oh no! We're not supposed to say that on YouTube. Oh gosh.
Wiki, why did you have to add the word on here? Are you trying to get Jack demonetized or what?
Oh my gosh.
Shoot, I said that too soon, didn't I? Well, hopefully that's not the first time I said the S word in this platform. Otherwise, we would get demonetized entirely. Well, thanks a lot, Batman fandom. Why'd you add that word in here?
Gosh.
Anyway, back on track. Bruce, who has come to try and confess about his double life, but not getting very far. After Bruce challenged the Joker to a fight, the Joker pulls a gun and asks him, "Tell me something, friend. Have you ever danced with the devil by the pale moonlight? I always ask that all of my prey. I just like the sound of it." He then shoots Bruce. The Joker then leaves amid his own hoopla, and Vicky is shocked to see that Bruce has disappeared, leaving behind only a metal platter, which he used as an impromptu bulletproof vest. Joker, you do know that Batman is indestructible. Well, he's really good at fighting crime anyway. At the offices of the Gotham Globe, Knox informs Vicky of disturbing details concerning the death of Bruce Wayne's parents, that they were mugged and murdered right in front of him as a boy. Now you just have to. Now it feels like you're going to try to get Jack even more demonetized when I said the M word, didn't I? What is this, Fox News? I know. Anyway, he shows her a photo of him as a child being confronted by a young Jim Gordon at the scene. The look on his face haunts her. Vicky has a sudden realization that Bruce is Batman and immediately leaves to confront him at Wayne Manor. But at the same time, Bruce was studying the same newspaper clipping in the Batcave, having realized Napier is the man who murdered his parents years ago in the alley by the Monarch Theater. Again, this ain't Fox News, and please don't try to demonetize us when you had to add the M word in here. The final clue was that his parents' murder, for the last time, don't try to demonetize Jack here, please. Said the phrase to him, The same phrase to him as the Joker said in Vicky's apartment. Ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight? As Bruce grapples with this memory, he is shocked by the sudden appearance of Vicky in his secret lair. Alfred, having having let her in when she demanded to see Bruce about the issue, he laments about his vigilantism will always take priority over their relationship before leaving to suit up as Batman. The Joker has put his own plans in motion to celebrate the city's canceled anniversary. To upstage the city's canceled anniversary celebrations with a grand spectacle. A nighttime parade and at which he will dispose $20 million in free cash. Vicky and Knox are there to cover the pandemonium, and they notice strange tanks on the balloons. In the middle of his generosity, the Joker begins gassing the crowd. Batman arrives in a Batwing and snatches the balloons away to carry them out of the city. The Joker, who was very furious, then shot his number one thug, Bob the Goon. Batman returns to make a strafing run on the Joker, who responds by shooting down the jet with an insanely long-barreled revolver. Vicky approaches the down craft, but is captured by the Joker, who leads her to the top of Old Gotham Cathedral. Since when is revolvers in Batman?
Well, it's rated PG-13.
Well, fair enough. That explains it. Anyway, at the top of the cathedral, the two adversaries confront each other in single combat. In a moment of opportunity, the Joker throws Batman and Vicky off the belfry, where they cling to the edge for their lives. As the Joker begins mocking them, you're mocking them, aren't you? His helicopter appears, and he grabs hold of a dangling rope ladder. About to escape, however, Batman shoots a wire around the Joker's leg, connecting it to a stone gargoyle on the ledge. As the Joker was lifted away, the wire pulls with the gargoyle loose. The extra heavy weight makes the Joker lose his grip on the ladder and plummet to his death. The movie then ends with Commissioner Gordon announcing to Gotham police that have arrested all of the Joker's gang, Reed Nymphs, and unveiling and igniting for the first time the Bat Signal, supplied by Batman with a note promising to return if the city needs him.
That shot of Joker's corpse, by the way, is terrifying. Just look it up. I promise you. Just look it up. Look up during this very podcast. Joker's death. The shot of his corpse is terrifying.
Oh boy, let's see what that.
Negligence Joker's death anyway.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this. Let's see a Joker's. I just had to say it. That cackle and his devious smile crept across his face. After all, it is Tim Burton, after all. Well, this is way before Edward Scissorhands. Corpse Bride, and Wednesday was a thing.
But it is after Beetlejuice. So.
Oh, geez, that's that. If I ever see someone who fell to his death, and I see that devious smile, I'd be like, nope. Bye bye.
By the way, there's a lot of things that the wiki forgot to point out. It starts with a fake out opening. Where we see this little boy and his parents. We're thinking that's young Bruce Wayne. Nope. It's the present. Bruce Wayne is Batman at the time, taking down burglars.
Well, it would have been interesting. I mean, a fake out opening made sense. I mean, it's not like we're actually going to see the death of Batman's parents. Otherwise, it would have been an R-rated kill right there.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, there's a scene where Joker electrocutes a man to death. One of Carl Grissom's two, most loyal members. And
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send you a picture of what his corpse looks like. Well, you download it first. And I had to download it just to send it to you. But yeah. Sing it to your screen, by the way.
Oh, God, that burnt corpse.
Yeah. And another thing, the Joker literally talks to it.
Who would have thought Joker was that devious?
He literally has a conversation with it. Like,
is he really gonna talk to a talking corpse that can't hear him?
it's not even talking. Like, this guy's dead. I just wanted to make this podcast longer, than longer than 10 minutes. But let's get on with the roll credits. Because the end credits after the final shot. But anyway, let's get on to the closing of the VHS and
The closing? Well, let me get back to the closing. If I can, wait. I still have it, never mind. The last thing we get is the distributed by Warner Bros. in a black screen.
That's because that's at the very end of the end credits. Hence why you can hear like the last second of the end credits, song.
But then after the credits, we just get black screen. Nothing else. Not a behind the scenes featurette, and not a single promo from Warner Bros. Themselves.
Just the ever so dreaded black screen of death we see at the end of every single freaking VHS tape.
That is true.
Well, guys, that was shorter than the last one, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, where we'll do a podcast on the VHS for the Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. AKA the movie where the guy's face melts off.
Yes. People's probably going to be in for a real treat.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll see you all. We'll see you all tomorrow. Maybe. Bye, guys.